Have you ever considered that inflation is the only thing that can save us as a nation? This is Justin, the Renegade Realtor, and I've been hearing a lot about inflation recently. I'm sure you have too. It's hard to escape. What I find strange, though, is that it's framed as a bad thing. It probably is, but there are positive aspects to it, I believe. It's also being framed as a thing that the Fed is trying to rein in and is unable to do so, which I find strange because I think this inflation is intentional, and I think it's going exactly as planned or close enough. I think that the Federal Reserve realizes that they have no options other than devaluation of the currency. And of course, they have to say that they're not going to let it get devalued. Because can you imagine? Oh yeah, we're going to take, your currency is going to be worth half as much in a few years. They can't do that. So they have to play this game where they're saying they're going to fix inflation, knowing full well that they're doing it intentionally. They're creating inflation, devaluing the dollar is the way I like to say it, because I think it's clearer as to what's going on, and in the end, this is going to be good for everybody. I mean, I know it's going to mess up a lot of lives, but non-inflation or deflation messes up a lot of lives. And so there's the lack of deflation or inflation, I think. I mean, careers getting destroyed all the time. Businesses are going under all the time. I mean, there's all kinds of troubles happening all the time, regardless of where we're at. Now, yeah, in an intense inflationary period, you get more upheaval. You get more damage to the economy, I'm sure. However, I think what the Fed looks at is the fact that there are not a lot of opportunities at the bottom. There is a lot of wealth at the top, and there's nothing they can do about it. So the way to revitalize the economy is the way you prune a plant, which is you hog off a ton of the plant, and then it grows back better and brighter than ever. And if you've ever pruned a plant, you know what I'm talking about. The first time I did it, I said, we can't cut all this wood off this plant. We'll kill it. And they said, no, this is how it's done. So I did it, and sure enough, 6 months later, plant never looked so good. And it looked funny before I started pruning it because it had overgrown, and it had grown in this weird way. It was misshapen. I pruned the hell out of it, and it looked pretty cool, like a textbook, like you'd see in the advertisement for the plant. So I think that's what we're looking at. I mentioned in an earlier video that my dad used to say that they paid for half of the Second World War with inflation. And in other words, they intentionally created situations that would devalue the dollar, and it succeeded, and suddenly it's a lot easier to pay off your debts when the currency is worth about half as much as it was when you started. You borrowed the money. What's wrong with that? And if there's something wrong with my thesis, please let me know. I'd really like to hear your comments. Pro or con, if you agree, I'd love to hear it. If you disagree, I'd love to hear it. And I'd love to know why if you disagree. It's a strange time we're living through. I think the bright side of this is that you're gonna get paid more, because that's how these things work. And you might have to fight for, you might have to fight for your income. You might have to fight to get an increase in how much you make. I think you'll also be surprised to see that you're offered more, because everyone knows everything's going up, everyone needs more. And I think one of the things about the Great Resignation is that people are saying, well, I know, I can't, a $15 an hour job, I can't afford to, to work a job like that. So I think we're already seeing wages jump up, and I mean, I think it's a good thing. I find it really disturbing when people say, "Oh no, we're concerned about wages, upward pressure on wages." And I'm like, well, the valuation of the dollar means you're going to get upward pressure on wages. You have to. So, look, it's the upside to an inflationary period like this. So please let me know what you think. Am I crazy? Am I way off? Is this the conversation that should be had instead of the one we keep hearing? I'd really love to know what you think. Please put something in the comments. Good day. Bye-bye.